December the 23rd came and December the 23rd went, and with it came a ban. DJI is banned, and the internet and a lot of YouTubers lost their heads over it completely. And ever since then, I've been dealing with comments and questions virtually every single day from worried pilots saying, should I sell up? Should I move to this? Should I give up the hobby? Should I get rid of all my stuff because when I turn it back on next week, it's not going to work? And I've held off making a video for as long as I possibly could because there's been a lot of misinformation, not necessarily deliberately. I think people have interpreted things in one way and another, and it's just been a bit of a challenging time, as it always is when anything like this happens. So I've taken my time, I've done my research, and I'm here first of all to tell you that if you're in the USA, don't panic. But it's not necessarily all good news. Let me explain. So what the DJI ban essentially does then is it means that DJI cannot sell new products that have not yet been given approval in the USA. Now, there is a couple of lists, and that's where the confusion has sort of been caused. But ultimately, the long and the short of it is, if you've got a DJI Mini 5, if you've got an 04 Pro Air unit, or anything else in between, a DJI mic, whatever it is, it doesn't matter what it is, you are fine to use it. The government cannot turn that off, sort of. And DJI definitely won't turn that off, because if DJI suddenly turn that off, then they're in real financial trouble because lawsuits will be issued and lawsuits will be won. So fly whatever you've got and enjoy it. If you've got an 04 Pro in your FPV drone, get it out there, go and fly it. Don't downgrade to analog or to a P1 artisan chip or whatever it is that you're considering. If you've got all the gear, get out there and fly it, because ultimately nothing has changed. Where the real concern lies longer term is what this ban essentially allows the government to do is switch off radio controlled drones whenever they have a reason to do so. So if, for instance, there is an attack on American soil using a drone and something else attached to it, which is why I've always been against companies who promote war machines or companies who, make war games with drones specifically, because the thing is, I get this quite often. People say, well, yeah, but there's Call of Duty and you're not banning guns and stuff. You can walk around America with a gun in your hand and Karen will do and say nothing. You walk around America with a drone in your hand and Karen flips out. So if you're suddenly showing her games where this can sneak up behind her and do things and take out her whole entire family, she's going to have a real issue with it. Now, yes, I know guns kill people and, that is just the way it is, but it's societally more acceptable in the USA than this is, which is absolutely crazy. This is our hobby. We've had this since, I don't know, RC aircraft anyway, since like the 50s, the 60s, maybe even before then, maybe even the 40s. I've been flying these things for 10 years in the current guise and the current form. And it is a real attack on the hobby. There is no question about it. It is something we all have to be genuinely concerned about, and we can't just let go. So if I'm saying that we're having a genuine attack on the hobby, why am I also saying not to worry? Well, the long and the short, the simple answer is right now, as of today, nothing has changed. What the law and the sort of covered list and the other lists have done and changed essentially is what can be done in the future. As I say, they can very easily, if there is an attack, using one of these things and a bomb or whatever, just turn off the hobby. And that's it, it's done. Because they've got everybody's details, because we all have to register. They know everybody's whereabouts because of remote ID. It's game over, it really is. So we really do have to be a little bit more intelligent with the way we move forward in order to protect the hobby. It is, and I'll hold my hands up and say, absolutely wild that I'm sat here defending what could be done, potentially, with one of these. And yet, there's not a single threat whatsoever to guns in the USA. I find that absolutely crazy. I find it absolutely wild. But that is just purely the life and the times that we live in, I'm afraid. So ultimately, the simple answer, and I'm going to keep this video as newbie friendly as possible. If you want to go and buy a drone that is for sale in the USA today, you can still activate it, you can still bind it, you can still fly it, and you can still update it. Now, will updates happen from DJI and other companies in the future? That's questionable, but there's always ways around these things, so try not to worry too much. We are specifically focusing on DJI, but we all saw that the document basically said any non-USA made drone parts or drones. So the difficulty there is America, apart from Skydio, doesn't really make anything. And Skydio only make for sort of the sort of business industrial end of the market. There's no trickle down from Skydio right now, as it is, there used to be, to the consumer. So we are like at the very bottom of that chain. So we really do have to take every single opportunity to show off why these are a good thing, why people shouldn't be afraid of them, and why ultimately things like bans are absolutely crazy. Yes, on a battlefield they are dangerous, but so is the gun that you own in the USA if you took that to a battlefield as well. It is absolutely no different whatsoever. But this is why I've waited to make this video, because it is quite a complex subject, and I hope that this sort of really basic overview helps, because like I say, I do get emails and DMs and questions every single day saying, oh, I might get rid of my DJI Avata 2 for an analog kit. And I'm like, don't do that. Just don't do that. Everything as it is will stay as it is. Don't panic. It's fine. Longer term, we're going to have to look at it. We all need to be really big advocates for the hobby now, because we are in the fight of our lives. And I'm quite happy to do that. I do that every time I go out. I do it online. I'll do it wherever and whenever I possibly can. But if somebody ever approaches you, try and be an advocate for the hobby, because that one person might take that away and you just don't know who that one person knows. So as it is, it's absolutely fine. Go and fly your DJI drones, be it your Mavic, be it an 04 Air unit, be it DJI mic, whatever it is, it's fine. Go and fly it. There is no danger to it in the short to medium term. Well, there's no danger to anything that you own. The issue is the longer term and the new things that come in. You guys in America might be stuck on the 04 Pro Air unit for a couple of years while everyone else gets the 06 Air unit until common sense prevails. But I suspect common sense will prevail. And that's the other thing as well. If it has authorization to be sold today, it can still be sold. So don't rush out and panic buy 250 04 Pro Air units, because you can still buy them. You can still import them. You've got tariffs. That's another issue. We need a little bit more common sense in the world. The world is going a little bit crazy. We really need to readdress this and get a little bit of common sense in the world. But in the short term, don't panic. Fly what you've got. Don't sell it. Don't downgrade. If you need to buy anything, buy it. You're absolutely fine. Longer term, we need to be really big advocates for the hobby, and we need to really sort of push our elected representatives at every possible turn. The FPV Freedom Coalition and all those sorts of organisations can help us as well. It's the fight of our lives, it really is. But I'm up for it, are you? Let's freaking go. YouTube and I have had a chat, and we believe that this is the video that you'll like the most, so watch it and let me know if they're right.